Alright, this week's video is Wapakalypse by the Devil Wears Prada, and it is in drop D. And this song, I am going to be going through the different parts of the song a little bit quicker than I normally do because it's a long song and it's kind of a hard song. It's actually pretty difficult if you're a beginner. So if you really want to learn the song, you'll have to do quite a bit of pausing and rewinding to see each part, but I will play each part slow so you can see what I'm doing. It's in drop B, like I said, and the intro is going to sound something like this. Okay, and that little part is repeated 4 times for the intro. And it starts off with triplets. I'll play it super slow. And a triplet is when you play 3 notes like this in quick succession. It's down, up, down. And I'll play it slow so you can see what it sounds like. And that part repeats, okay? And if you want the tabs, I will definitely put the tabs in the description for this one if you want to follow along. Okay, and that little section that I showed you there repeats 3 times. And after the 3rd time, a second guitar comes in and just does this. Open. And it just plays 8 measures of just palm muting an open note. And the second guitar is only going to play this. Okay, and then the first guitar that I showed you that's just palm muting the open notes plays 3 and then 5. So the second half of that whole thing will sound like. Okay, so after it's palm muting the open notes, it unpalm mutes and goes 3 and then 5. And that 5th fret is only hit once. Okay, and then the chorus is pretty easy. It's really easy compared to the rest of the song. I will be doing a cover on this. I'm in the middle of mixing right now and programming the drums, but it should be up by next week if everything goes good. The chorus sounds like this. Okay, and then it repeats that whole thing one more time. It starts with open, and then it's going to go to 10, and then open, and then 10 again, and then down to 8. And then back up to 10 one more time. And it repeats that whole thing one more time. And when it goes down to 8, you'll notice that you hold it for a lot longer than the other notes. You hold the 8 right here for 3 measures. And everything else is just 1 measure. Okay, and then the part that comes after that sounds like this. And this part is pretty easy. On the 5th string, you're gonna go open 3, open 3, and you're gonna hit that 3 one more time right before you hit the open note on the last 3 strings. And you're gonna go 3, 5. And I'll play it really slow so you can see exactly each note I'm hitting. When you go to the second half of that whole part at the very end, it ends with just an open note, like that. So I'll play it slow. Okay, and that's that part. Okay, and the next part, you hear some high strings. It's up here on the 4th string, 12th fret, 3rd string, 14th fret, 2nd string, 13th fret. And that little chord right there, when you strum only those strings, sounds like. And the first half of the next part is going to be like this. You play this chord right here for one measure, and then you strum the open note 3 times on palm muted. And then you go back to the same chord again for 2 measures, and then you switch to a chord that's similar, except it's right here. I'll show you how to play that, but it goes. Okay, you start with this chord, and the next chord that you go higher to, you can hear this in the song. If you listen to the actual song by Devil Wears Prada, you're going to move your first finger over 1 string to the 3rd string, 12th fret, and you're going to move your pinky to the 15th fret of the 1st string, but you leave your middle finger right where it was. So it goes from here to here. And then you hear another open fret, little rhythm that comes in, and it goes. And that's the same as the intro part. It's just triplets all the way through. The triplets, it goes 1 triplet, pause, and then 1 triplet, pause, and then 3 triplet, pause, and then 3 triplets, pause again. So. And that's that little part right there. Okay, then you hear another lead guitar part come in. It's on the 4th string, 12th fret, 2nd and 3rd string, 10th fret. And that's just going to play like this. And while that's going on, the rhythm guitar is going to be doing triplets again. And the triplets are 1 triplet, pause, 1 triplet, pause, and then 3 triplets. Like that, and that's all while the lead guitar is playing this. Okay, and then directly after that part, there are 5 triplets, and it goes. And that's right directly after the part I just showed you. It's. And then it goes back to this lead guitar playing the same chord, 12th fret, 4th string, 2nd and 3rd string, 10th fret. And the rhythm guitar, the triplets are going to go 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. Like that. And the rhythm guitar directly after that is going to do 5 more triplets before the lead guitar comes back in. And I do realize this is very confusing. This part right here is very confusing. It took a long time for me to be able to record it for the cover that I'm working on. But with the tabs and this video, you should be able to figure it out just fine. Okay, and right after that part, the lead guitar plays the same chord again, 12th fret, 4th string, 2nd and 3rd strings, 10th fret, except it's going to play it for 1 measure, and then it's going to switch to just the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string on the 10th fret. So go like this. Okay, so you play each one for 1 measure each. And the rhythm guitar comes in one last time and plays 1 triplet, and then 4 single notes like this. Okay, so it's 1 triplet, and then 4 single notes. Okay, and then you'll hear the lead guitar come in. These are kind of like octave chords, but they're over 1 string, and instead of the 2nd finger being up 2 frets, it's up 3 frets. So on the 4th string, it's going to be 10th fret. On the 2nd string, it's going to be the 13th fret. And all these chords right here, for this one part, they're going to be separated by 3 frets. So this finger right here is going to be higher than this one by 3 frets. So just keep that in mind. So I'm just going to tell you what fret to put this finger on, and then put this one 3 frets higher. And it's going to go from 10 to 12 to 7 to 5. And that's how it goes. That one little, if you know the song, you'll recognize that right away. It's 10, 12, 7, 5 for that part. Okay, and then you hear the lead guitar come in all by itself, and it just plays a quick little solo all by itself. And I'm gonna play it slow. It's gonna sound like this. And it's gonna play that twice. It starts on the 2nd string, 10th fret, and you're just gonna do a bend. Like that. And directly after that, you're gonna go to the 3rd string, and you're gonna go 10, 12. So. And then on the 4th string, you're gonna go to the 12th fret. And that's all you're going to do on the 4th string. And go back to the 3rd string, and you're going to go 10, 9. And then on the 4th string, you're going to go 10, 12. So I'll play that really slow for you. Okay, that's what that part is, and you play that twice. Okay, and then the next part is it's just strumming. I don't know if it's a chorus. It's hard to tell with these Devil Wears Prada songs because they just go all over the place. They don't stick to a regular song structure, but it goes like this. And that's all it is. It repeats that twice, and it starts on the 8th fret, and then goes open, and then 3, and then 10. So it's 8, open, 3, 10 for that one part. And on the second part of that whole thing, when it repeats the second time, it ends on open. Okay, and then the part that comes after that is a little bit more difficult. It starts like this. That whole thing is going to be repeated several times. It's played, it repeats 5 times. And how it goes, these are octave chords. If you haven't watched my videos before, an octave chord on the 5th string is going to be, it's going to start on the 13th fret, and then on the 3rd string, it's going to be on the 15th fret, and you just mute all the other strings. And when I'm referring to what fret it is, I'm referring to what string this was on, and this one is on 2 frets up, if that makes sense to you. So it goes 13, and then 10, and then 12. 13, 10, 12. And in between that is just going to be open palm muting. And then every other time it goes 5, 8. Okay, and that's kind of the transition in between. And that whole thing is repeated 5 times. One of them is just an intro, and then it repeats it 4 more times with all the other instruments together. And then right after that part, it goes back to the chorus again, which I already showed you, which is the... which is repeated 2 more times. And then directly after that part is the same thing I already showed you earlier, which is the... And then directly after that part is my favorite part of the song to play. It's really easy. You just have to memorize what the pattern is for. It's all open notes pretty much. And it sounds like this. And then right here, before I show you what those are, you're going to hear a lead guitar. And when I recorded the cover for this, I had to figure it out because the tabs were not even close to being accurate. So I had to go up here and just fiddle around until I got it. And this was like 2-3 weeks ago, and I don't remember what the notes are. But it's funner just to play the open notes. So when I release the cover, you can watch, because I'll try to figure it out later. You can watch what my hands are doing in the cover. But for the open notes, it starts with just 3. It goes 3 notes, and then you do 5 more. And then you do 5 more again, but it's double strummed. Like that. So the first part is... And then it does 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. And right after that 1, 2 is the lead note. And the reason it's hard to show you how to play it, because I don't remember what the notes are, it's one riff played, and then the second guitar is played on top of it, and they're all harmonies. So there's a lot of notes there. But that whole thing is repeated 4 times right before the tempo changes. And on every other one, you're going to hear this. And all that is 8, 7. So it goes... Right here is the lead part, and then it goes back to... And then it repeats that all again, and then it ends on the second time you repeat that, it ends on an open note. You can hear the drums doing like a fill, and then it switches tempos. The tempo slows down, and at the very end of the song, it does all the same thing again, just a little bit slower. And so with that, you should be able to figure out the end of the song. I showed you all the parts how to play it, except for that lead part. I'm sorry I couldn't show you how to play that. But that is every part for that song. It's all the same at the very end, just the tempo change, of course. And that is it for Wapakalypse by The Devil Wears Prada. I'm sure not very many of you made it to the end of the video because the song's pretty hard. But if you did, leave a comment saying you watched to the end, and you get a brownie point. So thanks for watching, and the cover for this will be up sometime next week, hopefully.